see Gittens with a nice catch over the middle.
Hell yeah, roll tide, brother.
Sorry about that. I see you you met cousin Lawrence. He just got out of prison. Ever since I put that head unit in, he's been over here watching football games on Saturdays and Sundays, screaming like an idiot, smoking cigarettes in the back of my truck. Alright, so a few people have been asking for it, and here it is. This is going to be the video on how to hook your phone up to the Joying head unit, as well as how you can get full internet on it and run things like YouTube, YouTube TV, Hulu, Netflix, and whatever else you got. I'm also going to go into maps and how to run map software off of this. It's pretty easy. So down in the description I'll put some links for Avenza Maps, Onx Maps, Gaia Maps, motor vehicle usage maps for each forest here in Florida. Alright, well I hope you guys really enjoy this video. If I miss something or go over something a little bit too quickly, let me know and I'll do it again. Thanks a lot guys. Enjoy. Alright, so when you get this unit, one of the first things you're going to want to do is hook it straight up to your phone. So this is pretty much the way that it comes out of the box. You get this live screen, and then from this live screen you kind of build it out how you want it. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to look for this little tab right here at the bottom that says BT with a little phone and some satellite signals going off of it. You're going to push that. You're going to get this screen. Once you get this screen, the next thing to do is look for these two cell phones that look like they're sitting next to each other. One's got the little Bluetooth emblem over it. Push that. You're going to get this screen. From this screen, you're going to want to link your two devices together. So you're going to want to make sure that your cell phone's Bluetooth is turned on. From that point, you're going to want to hit this little search icon. It's going to start scanning. Alright, so while it is scanning, you're going to want to actually open up your Bluetooth settings in your phone because you're going to have to do some stuff. But here it is. It popped up. Chad's 21 Ultra. So you will click on that. Once you highlight that, you will hit link, which is right below the search. It is now linking. You should see some activity on your phone. It'll say, do you want to pair it up? Yes, I do. Click on pair. It should do all the magic. Bam, it's linked. So once you get it connected, it's going to want to go through and get all your permissions, just like any other app would. It's going to ask for your contacts, be able to log into your text messages, be able to have access to your phone calls, things like that. Just go ahead and allow all those so you can actually run it directly off this unit. Alright, so once you've got it set, the next thing that you're going to want to do is actually get Android Auto or Apple Carplay, whatever you're using, to pull up on your unit. First thing you're going to do is you're going to press on these four dots. It's going to bring up your menu. You can see there's a whole bunch of stuff in your menu. The one that you're looking for is CarLink 2.0. And this screen will come up, which is connecting your phone and your head unit together. So once your phone actually connects, you'll be given this display. I think it pops up straight off of this top dot here. So here's all your features that you can get. So it has a lot of stuff that I don't use. You can go to customize. It'll pull it up on your phone, and then you can go through and click off the ones that you don't want, like game snacks and messages, messenger, news, podcasts, reminders, Spotify, weather. So once you do that, you're good to go there. And then when you restart the unit, it'll show up the way you want it. That's how you get it connected on your cell phone. So let's move into the next thing. The way to hook this thing to the internet, there's two ways, and we'll do both of them. One is to connect to a actual Wi-Fi, like your house Wi-Fi or McDonald's or Starbucks or whatever. And then you can also use your cell phone. If your cell phone has hotspot capabilities, you can actually use the hotspot to run this thing just like you would, just like if it were an iPad. So let's go into how you do that. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do in this main home screen here is you are going to go to the top and just swipe down, just like you would to get your navigation bar out for a cell phone. You'll see Wi-Fi here at top left. Press and hold it, and you'll get this screen. This is the Wi-Fi setup. So the very first one says use Wi-Fi. I'm going to click on the little tab. Next up comes add network. I will go through and find mine. There's mine right there. That's for my house. I will type in my passcode, hit connect. it saves it, and it's now connected. So now, right now, I'm connected to the internet through my Wi-Fi on my house. All right, so to do the hotspot, you will go on your cell phone, go to where you see mobile hotspot, open up your hotspot. Once your hotspot's open, see there it goes, it pops up Chad's phone. Click on that, you have to know the password. If you don't know your cell phone's hotspot, it's probably some sort of ABC 123 that comes straight from the factory, but you can go into your hotspot settings and change that. So now I have it connected to the internet through my hotspot instead of my house Wi-Fi. So in the last video, I talked about having to map out your steering wheel controls. So let's jump into that. First thing you're going to do, go to settings, go down to general. When general pops up, you'll have to scroll down. You'll find steering wheel settings. Click on that. So when you first get this, all of these are probably going to say null except for one, and that'll probably be your volume up button. So like, as you can see now, like volume up is set to button number 9, which is the volume up button on my steering wheel. All right, so let's say I wanted to have my Bluetooth connection marked as my mode/hold button on my steering wheel. You're going to hold the button down, the mode/hold button on the steering wheel. You're going to press that down and hold it. You'll see please select learning function button. Click on the one that you want it to be. While I'm still holding this button down, I will check the check mark. That will set it. So that's how you do that. That's how you do the same thing through every one of them. So whichever ones you want it to be, you map it out like that. You hold the button down on the steering wheel, press what you want it to be, hit the check button. So in this unit, you have the ability to add a SIM card to make it a standalone, basically a standalone cell phone. It also has ports on the back where you can connect USB ports. So like this is one of the cables that it comes with that you can connect and then run it out through your dashboard. So if you look down here, I have one coming out underneath my AC vent, and I just kind of tuck it back in this little cubby there, and then I can use it for certain things that I'll show you later. So in my original install video, I talked about how you guys can get the microphone that comes with it, so when you're talking on your cell phone, it's being routed through the head unit. The way that works is it plugs just like a regular headphone jack right into the back of the actual unit, and then you run it around, and I have mine mounted right here above my TYT ham radio. Okay, so I can't stand this live screen that's on here, this aquarium screen, so I'm going to go ahead and change it to something else. The best way to do that is to go ahead and create an account with Dropbox. It's free, and you can use it through any computer system, any cell phone, whatever you have, and you can easily share pictures, files, and videos. It's the easiest way to do everything on this. So in order to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with connecting my Wi-Fi, which is already connected, and you can do this anywhere that you have cell phone signal because you're using the hotspot off your cell phone. So I'll open up my menu. I will scroll till I see Android Play Store. I will click on that. I can now search for apps. So I will search Dropbox. There it is, that's what I want. I'll click install. As long as you have your hotspot on, it doesn't matter what phone you use, whether it's iPhone or Android. As long as this unit is connected to the internet, it'll run just like an Android. Alright, so now that that's downloaded, let's go ahead and open it. Dropbox will come open. Sign in with Google. Sign in with my Dummies account. Allow everything. So now that we've got it all linked up, welcome to Dropbox. Alright, so the way Dropbox works is you take a photo, like say from your cell phone, and you add it to Dropbox, and then it puts it in the cloud, and then you can get it from other devices. So for this case, the picture that I want to put in as my background, I will search for it on my cell phone. Alright, and there it is, I found it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share. When my share box comes up, I will go and find Dropbox, add to Dropbox. Another screen will come up that says upload here. I will upload it through the magic of the internet. It will then transfer, and there it is. Alright, so once I found it, it's right here. It's this Osceola January thumbnail. There's 3 little dots on the right side. I will click on those 3 dots. This screen will come up. If you scroll with it, you can go to export. Click on export, save to device. Oh, my battery's dead. Freaking awesome. Alright, so we're back. We had to start the truck, so I hope the rumble of the engine isn't too much and the AC isn't blowing us directly into a microphone. Alright, so where were we? Dropbox. Alright, so going back. Osceola January thumbnail video. Click on the 3 dots at the far end. This small menu will show up. Just scroll up. Look for export. And then at the very top, save to device. Save it to device. It should now be saved to the device. I can get out of here. One thing real quick, these 2 little boxes at the top, click on those. This will open up all the apps that you can clear out just like you would on your cell phone. So clear those out real quick. All right, so to get to that picture, I'm gonna open this menu back up. I'm going to go to gallery. This will pop up. You click on that, and then the way to set it is this little button right down here on the left. Click that. It'll pop up, set successful, and now you can see that that picture is in the background. The other way to transfer pictures and files into your joying head unit is through a thumb drive. So you're going to take this little USB cable that we ran earlier, connect your thumb drive to it. Once you have it connected, just tuck it back where it was. Little thing message popped up that said external storage device being used. So to get to that, this is where you're going to come into your menu and go to File Manager. On this left side here, you're going to say, it's going to say internal, OEM, and USB 4. That is obviously USB 4. And it pops up all the things that you have on that thumb drive. Okay, so from your USB, you'll go and find the photo that you want, which obviously you have to have preloaded. You will click on it, copy it, go to internal, and paste it. Once you paste it, it will show up under your internal. You can then get out of this, open your menu back up, go to gallery. This will pop up. This is the last picture I was on. To get back to where you need to be, there's a little list button right here. Press the list button, and then you can see that the new picture is up. Do the same thing. Click on that button, set successful. Let's test it out. And even though it's not the best picture, there are the bobs. Back really quickly, back to what I wanted, back to home. All right, cool. So that's how you do that. So with this unit, you can watch YouTube videos as well as live TV on things like YouTube TV or Hulu or Netflix or anything like that. The way to do it is you have to actually have a hotspot or an internet connection. You can't just do it off your cell phone's Bluetooth connection. To do that, we will turn on our Wi-Fi. This is probably going to connect to my house. Yep, it connected to my house, which is fine because I'm here, but if I was out somewhere else, it would connect to my cell phone if I have my hotspot on. Alright, so now that I'm connected to the internet, I can open this up, scroll over till I find Play Store, click on Play Store, search YouTube. There's YouTube. I've already downloaded it, so we'll open it. You will have to go through and do all of your Google passwords and all that stuff, and log into your Google account for it all to work. But once you get it logged in, it works perfectly. So from there, you just find your favorite YouTube episode and start playing it. This is what it's going to look like. You can also use this little square at the bottom to go full screen, and then to exit full screen, you just tap on it once and then tap that same little box at the bottom. It goes back to regular screen. So we're listening to something on here. There's 2 ways to turn your volume down. Way number 1 is on the steering wheel. That'll turn it down. Second way to do it is to click on the little volume tab up here and then manually do it. That's a lot harder to do if you're trying to drive. I'd use the steering wheel, but you do have that option. I didn't realize at first that that was an option when I first got this. I had to do some research and saw that you can control it there. The same thing works for YouTube TV. You go on the Play Store, download the app, and then once you have the app downloaded, you scroll over to it, YouTube TV, and then you can watch anything that you want. So we'll just really quickly, live TV. And there you go. Live TV's on. Same thing as YouTube. It pops up that regular screen, and now you have it on, and you can drive around. I'm in drive. It doesn't turn off. Put it in reverse. or your backup camera will come on. And back to park, and he goes right back. But it's on the golf channel. Let's see him hit this shot. Mashed potatoes! Oh, it's going right. So you're probably thinking, man, this is dumb. I have to go into this menu every single time to scroll to what I want. You don't have to do that. Your home menu, your home screen is always going to be this. You can't really change it. You can change the configuration of it, but you can't like get these to go away. Or at least I haven't figured out how. But it does give you another screen that you can go to. So as you can see, I've already got my Gmail and the car link. So I just downloaded Dropbox. So let's add Dropbox. You're going to press and hold. It's going to come up like that. Plop it to where you want it. Now it's there. I can move it around. Put it over there. However I want to do it. If I'm mad at Kyle today, I can move it and put it over Kyle. Whatever the case is. All right, let's get to what you really came here to see. What can you do with this thing as far as map software? So you can run Gaia, Onx, which I have both of those. I run Avenza Maps off of this. I'm pretty sure whatever you want or whatever you have will run off of this. The way to do it is we're going to go in and we're going to link our phone back up. Okay, so we are back into Android Auto. Click this little top button, it'll bring up all of your stuff. There's Gaia, we'll click on that. It's connected to the cloud. And so here's a track that I did not too long ago. Me and Kyle went out and did a day ride and took a lap around the forest basically and came back. So that's Gaia. Onx is the same thing. Click on Onx. It comes in and you can go through on both of these. You can go through all the settings and set your map. You can do roads, satellite, topo, and hybrid. I like hybrid. There's that. And if I scroll out far enough, go down to Osceola. There's Osceola with some of the loaded tracks that come with the regular software. So this works really good when you have service. Like you can scroll in here and you can see like it actually has names for these roads. As soon as you lose cell phone service, all the names and all that stuff goes away, which is very aggravating for me. I have read that you can download the map before you go of the area that you're going to be in, and then it will all be there and you'll use GPS. That's just an extra step that you have to do before you go out on a trip. What I much prefer is Avenza, and I'll show you how to do Avenza. So we're going to exit out of Android Auto, go back to our home screen, pull up our menu, you'll go to the Play Store, just download Avenza Maps. When it gets downloaded, you'll click on it. I will say this, it does take 30 seconds or more for Avenza to pull up. It's one of the only apps that I've found that it takes time opening, but once you get it open, you have no problems with it. So I already have Osceola downloaded. All right, so there's the Osceola National Forest in the motor vehicle map, which is my favorite. It's what I talked about during the FAT video. As you can see, it's got all the roads numbered the way they're supposed to be. You can overlay tracks. So this orange line that's going through here is a part of the FAT trail that runs through Osceola. All these red dots are places that I have marked where I go, where I've been, some of the things that I've seen, old hunting stuff. But you can go in and as you're driving around, you can actually add waypoints. You can also add them as you're sitting here. You can also add waypoints on your phone or on Google Earth on a computer, and then transfer that over through Dropbox and update this. You just add a layer, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second. All right, so since this one's already done, how would you get a new one? Great question. So we're going to download the Ocala National Forest. I'm going to put all my waypoints in from Ocala. First thing you have to do is get this thing connected to the internet, not to your Bluetooth. So turn on your Wi-Fi. If you need to turn on your mobile hotspot, now is the time to do that. All right, so mine's connected to the house. I will go back into Avenza. All right, so this is the main screen. Before you download any maps, it'll have a little welcome bar that you can go into, and it'll kind of show you some stuff. The easiest way to do this is to click this plus sign. The bottom one, download or import a map. So from here, we're going to go ahead and download the Ocala National Forest Motor Vehicle Usage Map, and then we're going to overlay my tracks and waypoints that I have set for that forest. Start downloading maps. Click the plus button down at the bottom, download or import map. Get map from the store, which is your first option. So once you got that, this screen will pop up. Alright, so the easiest way to do it is to this little explore map. Click on that. It'll pop up and you see all these little green dots. Those are clusters of maps that you can download. So we'll go down here and we will find Ocala. Alright, so once you do that, you'll find the Ocala area, which is the Ocala National Forest area is right in here. You'll start clicking on these little green dots. And so you have the first one that pops up is a $4.99 Ocala National Forest visitor map. So I will scroll up until I find the one that I'm looking for. I seem to be getting away from it. So click on another green dot. Alright, so you may have to click on those, a couple of those dots until they pull up, until the right one pulls up. But right here we found it, Motor Vehicle Usage Map. You can click on it and it will give you a quick description. So this one is the Motor Vehicle Usage Map for Ocala National Forest. Once we find that, we will click on download. So now it is downloaded to our Avenza Maps app. So we can go back here to My Apps. Here it is right here, right above the Osceola National Forest is the Motor Vehicle Usage Map, VUM Ocala National Forest. Now that's a big long name, I don't like that name. Alright, so I will open up the map, and then up here at the top, it has this little I for information, I guess. Here's where you can go in and rename your map. So I will just leave the Ocala National Forest part, since I know already that it is a motor vehicle usage map. Click the back button and now it just says Ocala National Forest. So when we zoom in, it's got everything in the Ocala National Forest, the Jeep trails, trailheads, campsites, marked campsites anyway. So just for reference, this is the Hopkins Prairie. This 50-11.1 is the actual campsite where you can go and pay money to stay. And then over here is this Road 25. And this is where all the dispersed campsites are over there. Alright, so now that we've got that done, we need to start overlaying our tracks and some waypoints. Alright, so for me, I have to go to File on my... So we'll go to Downloads, we'll click the search button, we'll type in Forest, and there is the KML file. I will hold that down and then click Share. From Share, I will put it into my Dropbox, add it to Dropbox, upload here. Now it has gone to Dropbox. So now I can go to my Dropbox app on here and look for the Ocala National Forest KML file. 3 dots, go down to Export, save to device. Now I can go back to Ocala. And then down here at the bottom on the right is this little icon that shows looks like paper stacking up on each other. That's adding a layer. So we'll click Add a Layer, the little orange button at the bottom. One of the cool things about Avenza is that you can use Dropbox to get your files from. In this screen here, you would go to Dropbox. I'm not hooked up to the internet. Like I said, it's very important to be connected to the internet through Wi-Fi or Bluetooth so you can run this app and use Dropbox. Dropbox will open up. You will have to go over here to this little green button with this arrow at the top, and then you'll have to go back into Dropbox, and then it's going to pull up this screen that's going to let you link Dropbox, and Avenza. So allow, and there's our new file. Click on that. It is now overlaying it, and there you see we have waypoints and all kinds of stuff like that. So since I have the fat trail, I will also go ahead and upload the fat trail. Import layers from Dropbox. Okay, so I have imported the fat trail from my phone onto the Dropbox. Click on Dropbox. As you can see, it pops up Florida Adventure Trail. Click on that. It will download it. So when you overlay a track or waypoints onto a map, if that track or waypoints, or that track goes into multiple maps, you'll have to import that file on each map. Alright, so now that that's pulled up, as you can see, it's got tons of different things from the fat trail. So we'll go back to our map. Alright, and there you can see all the waypoints and the track that goes through the Ocala National Forest from the fat trail. And you can zoom in on certain things, get real nice and close, click on it. So, and on these waypoints, you can zoom into them, and if you're not sure what they are, you can click on them and they will tell you. Like this one is Grassy Pond Campsite. So if you're looking at stuff and you're like, man, what the heck is that? So like this one is just Road 9 and Road 66. So here's the Hopkins Prairie again. This is the pay site over here, and then down 25, these are all potential campsites. So that's Avenza. If you have any other questions about Avenza, please don't hesitate to ask me, and I will try to answer them for you. Yeah, so just some things. You can run your email off of here as long as you're logged in. Check all your emails. So like, just for instance, I earned 17 cents through Upside. Not an affiliate yet. If you want to sponsor a video, Upside, that'd be great. I've been using Upside for a couple years now. I really like it. But anyway, you can go through Google and do all the Google functions. So yeah, Google Chrome, so you can go ahead and get on the internet and search just like you would at the house. Look up the Duval Dummies. There's all of our information, some of the videos on YouTube, our Overland Bound account, Linktree, and our Instagram. So obviously this thing has, you know, the aux that you can plug into it, which I don't have. If you had amps and things like that. Equalizer, you can get in here and mess with all your audio sounds if you're all about the bass. I don't have any of that audio equipment, so that doesn't pertain to me. Got a calculator, music player. I don't know why you'd ever need that. Got an operations guide, which I never even bothered to look at. Radio settings, these are all your settings. So this WLAN, which we talked about earlier, is where you're going to do all your Wi-Fi stuff. Data usage, it just gives you a description of how much data you're using. SIM info, this would be if I had a SIM card in the back. Mobile networks, hotspot and tethering, airplane mode. Like I said, it's basically a tablet. So this hotspot and tethering, this is where if you want to make your vehicle a hotspot. So you turn a hotspot on your phone, turn this on, and then make this the hotspot for the rest of the car. You can also do USB tethering, so if you decided to plug your USB port into your phone, you could run the Android Auto that way. Device, this is where you can go in and mess with all your sounds, displays, storage. So apps, you can see all the apps that you have. I'm sure you can delete them somehow. USB video output settings. General, press any key to start is off. Auto start navigation, all these are off. These are all settings that you would use, like if you had a SIM card in it and you were using it as its own unit, you would have all these turned on. Here's a good one, sound reduction when reversing. So whenever you put this thing into reverse, there is an option, it turns the sound off completely, or so if I'm above 10, it'll bring it back down to 10 when I put it in reverse. So I'm going to make that all the way up at 20. That way, no matter what I'm doing, it always stays loud. And, oh, this is a good one. So every time you turn the unit off, turn it back on, it defaults to a certain volume. So if you're blaring your music and you pull up in the driveway and like you turn it off and you get out because you're rocking and jamming, when you go to get back in your truck the next morning at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to work, that same super loud song is not going to be on. The same song might be on, but it won't be super loud. It'll be set back to whatever you have it set at. So when I crank my truck up and this thing turns on, it always defaults back to volume 5. But you can set that anywhere from 0 to 36. GPS mix is on. Here's the steering wheel settings we talked about earlier. Navigation app's not set because I don't use it like that. I use it through Android Auto, which I run Google Maps off of. Factory. This is where you can reset it to factory. When you get the unit, in the instructions it has a passcode that you type in. It'll reset everything to factory settings, which I would be terrified to do because this came from China. And if it all came back Chinese, I'd be in a lot of trouble. You can turn on your location, security stuff, language and input, Google settings, tap into that. So this is where you can actually change your settings in Google, like Google accounts, things like that. So for me, I have my Dropbox account, my regular Google account, and then my personal Google account, all on here. And then system, date and time, so you can do 24-hour format, which I really like. If I remember correctly, I think once it linked up to the satellites with the GPS, it went ahead and corrected everything as far as time. All I had to do was change the 12 to 24 hour. Alright, accessibility, nothing cool in here. Developer options, that's got to be some kind of factory thing. About the device, this is where you're going to be able to get what firmware you're on, things like that. Device info, so these are pictures of your SIM slots. I don't know if you'd have to take these numbers or maybe the barcode, take a picture of it when you go to get a SIM card installed. I don't know if that's part of connecting this machine with the SIM card, but that's where that's at, in device info under systems. So that is all of the settings, and I think that's about it for this video. One thing I didn't really touch on is the radio. You have regular terrestrial radio. So there you go. So if you turn the radio on, it'll stay on through Android Auto and all that stuff until you put another form of media on. So whether it be music through Pandora or Spotify, whatever you use, or if you switch over to YouTube or YouTube TV or something like that, then it'll stop the radio. Other than that, it'll just keep playing the radio. So if you're listening to your favorite sports station, you can also run your Android Auto while listening to it. All right, I think that is going to conclude this video. If I missed anything or I skimmed over something that you really wanted to see, please let me know and I will go back and make another video all about that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped, and let me know down in the comments if it did. Love to hear from you. Alright, y'all have a great day. See you later.